Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Fastenal Winter Series. Fastenal, where industry meets innovation. Thank y'all for being here. Welcome to V-Speed Racing Network. I'm Eddie Smith, and we are glad to have y'all here tonight for the start of what's going to be an exciting series, a Dirt to Daytona type run through late models, tour mods, ARCA car, all the way up to the Xfinity, to crown a champion. It's going to be a lot of fun, and tonight we kick it off here at Hickory Motor Speedway. Glad to have y'all tonight. Want to thank our sponsors here for this series, MPI. The MPI Xfinity Series is the umbrella league for this particular winter series. It just finished off the main series with Alex Huffman being your champion. It was just a great season all the way around. Want to thank SimWrap Marketplace for simwrapmarket.com and Martin Sports. Well, in the booth with me tonight, I got Justin Erb and Dakota Wilson. Guys, it's going to be a crazy race. We're doing the late model stocks here at Hickory Motor Speedway. Justin, Dakota, Justin, how you doing tonight, brother?
I'm doing all right. I'm excited to see the first race of this winter series. It's going to be a good one.
Well, Dakota, how you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm ready to get this off-season officially out of the picture and get this racing started tonight.
All right, well, let's take a look at our track information. And Justin, I think you got that for us.
Yes, indeed I do. We are at Hickory Motor Speedway tonight, located in Hickory, North Carolina. First opened in 1951, and the iteration you see tonight was finished in 1970, and it is a capacity of 10,200, and it's just under or just over a quarter mile at 0.0363 miles in length.
Yeah, well, going to be an interesting race for sure. As short track racing in the late model stocks. I don't know if y'all have ever driven the late model stocks, but man, what a fun car. And they just recently updated it. And boy, I tell you what, the one thing I want to see the most, and I want to hear everybody's opinion about, is the sound of these things. Boy, they sound amazing going around this track. Just the overall look and feel of the cars has just really been improved. So tonight we've got a couple people that we want to talk to. We got Mikey Neal, and we're going to pull him up into the booth. Mikey, this is Eddie, Justin, and Dakota in the booth. You got a copy, brother?
Yes, sir.
Well, thank you so much for doing an interview with us tonight. We wanted to talk to somebody new that we don't know, and get to know them a little bit. But late model stocks, tell me, what's your experience with them, and what are you looking forward to tonight as you take on Hickory Motor Speedway?
Well, I actually bought the late model stock about 10 minutes before this practice session opened. So not really a lot of experience with these cars, but I definitely did a lot of late model racing, back in the day, which about 3 years ago. I haven't really raced them that much since, but definitely kind of feels like it, maybe a little bit less horsepower, but these cars are on the track. And I can tell you that with an old surface and these cars that are really on the track, it's so much fun to race. It allows each driver here to be very racy, and looking at the times, all the times are within about 3-4 tenths of each other. So when times are in between those numbers, I mean, that means it's going to be a fantastic race tonight. And I'm really excited to get out here. I've raced with a few of these guys before, but not everyone. So I didn't put down a great qualifying lap, but I think starting from the back in this race is going to be super fun.
Yeah, so what are you looking to do in the heats? You've got a heat to kind of get your legs up under you, try a few things, see what works, what doesn't. What is your focus here for this heat that's going to set the starting position for the feature?
Yeah, I think a track position at this track is going to be pretty crucial. So I'm going to have to kind of work early on with the a little bit fresher tires. That's when it's going to be a little bit harder to drive. On cold tires, it's really slick out there. Everyone's kind of sliding around. It's pretty tight on entry, but loose off the exit. So I think early on is probably going to be the one time that you're really going to be able to capitalize off of people's mistakes, because once you get about 5-10 laps into the run, the tires finally start to kind of heat up, they start to settle, and everyone's going to be able to go down on the bottom of the track, kind of be able to run down there. So a lot of this race is going to be trying to capitalize off of people's mistakes, which are either going to be overdriving the entry or missing the exit of the corner, just getting loose. So those are going to be the two spots to capitalize, and I'm going to try to do my best early on to gain as many positions as I can.
Well, all right. Well, Mikey, thank you so much for offering to talk to us before the race, and good luck tonight. Looking forward to see how you do as you start in that 10th position.
Yeah, thank y'all. I'm excited, and I hope that we put on a great show for everyone tonight.
Well, man, I think I picked the right guy for the interview. That guy coming with all the information. So thanks to him. As we've got about a minute left, we'll do a couple things. We'll look at the schedule here, and I kind of want Justin and Dakota. I want y'all's I want y'all's opinions about this schedule. You know, we got Hickory, Five Flags, and North Wilkesboro for the late model stocks, and then Tour Mod, Lanier, Thompson, and New Hampshire. Seem to be tailor-made for each one of these cars. Seemed like a pretty good schedule. What do y'all think?
I'm thinking that it's going to be a really good progression throughout the entire winter series here. And as you said, it complements each car or race car perfectly with all of this. I'm more excited to see what the middle of this winter series is going to do, because that's where you're going to make up or lose the most amount of points.
What about you, Dakota?
Yeah, I mean the admin team did a really great job putting this together for the drivers and the fans and the broadcast crew. The one that I really got circled, being a dirt guy at heart, is January 16th at Knoxville in the trucks. That's going to be one of them. Y'all mount sideways and get her done, son.
Absolutely. Well, the schedule looks cool, and I can't wait to see how this thing's going to play out, who's going to come away with the champion. We're getting ready to grid up, though, for the first heat, and we'll go ahead and get into the grid and see who's going to start where for this race. Alex Coffey with the overall best time will start first in this heat with Stephen Harlow there in the second position. Starting in third is going to be Jonathan Cofield with Eric Schaefer on the outside of row number 2. Johnny Shade, the coolest name in the field for sure, starting in the 5th position. Alex Huffman, your Xfinity Series champion, going to start in 6th. Shane Wyatt in 7th position with Christopher Bishop in the 8th position. 9th, Adam Lancaster and Mikey Neal rounding out the top 10. Well, this actually doesn't like the grid for this at all, so we'll apologize for that, as the heats seem to have broke this. That's the overall. So, hey, that's all right. We're going to have stuff like that as we work through this. But Alex Coffey, Jonathan Cofield, Johnny Shade, Shane White, Adam Lancaster, Jesse Necula, Craig Lautenslager, Matthew Jorgensen, Dusty Applin, and Charles Stevens is going to be your first heat here tonight. As they get rolling, Alex Coffey was really strong in the Xfinity Series, and looks like he has no issue jumping down to a short track, getting a late model stock underneath him. And you know what? One thing we're going to talk about a lot this season is the dang paint schemes, man. Y'all look at this field. We got a good-looking field.
I was about to say, we got a lot of good-looking race cars down there. Everyone's poured their heart and soul into each one of these liveries, and it's going to be great seeing them run around this track.
All right, well, let's get the race analysis. Dakota, hit me with it, brother.
Yeah, it's a, of course, late model stock car. It is a fixed setup, so everybody is on the exact same page. Right now, you're going to have two 20-lap heats, a 125-lap feature, and the big thing is no fast repair for the main. But, that's not too big of a deal, because these things are absolute brutes. You can beat and bang with them and, beat the tires on them and, really just get up on the wheel and show what you're made of.
Well, green flag is out here in the first heat of this winter series. We're underway as they come off of turn 2. Alex Coffey going to take an early lead as they head down into turn number 3, and they're going to complete the first lap. Alex Coffey is going to lead that lap, but the battle here is for second place with Johnny Shade, your best Mortal Kombat character, going to be on the inside of Jonathan Cofield as they battle for this second position. Track position going to be key, so you got to get all that you can get here in this first heat.
That is absolutely correct there. With heat races, it's not all about having patience, but you do have to have that patience in the back of your head to try to make sure you're not getting into trouble throughout the field.
See Adam Lancaster get to the back bumper of the 58 really quick there. Almost made a little bit of contact as Cofield. That kind of gave him a little bit of, hey, maybe I need to go. Got somebody about to run me over here.
as this is setting the field.
Yeah,
Yeah, you gotta have a little bit.
Johnny Shade gets a little bit loose off the corner, gets that power down, and Cofield not able to take advantage of it. But here, second through fourth is a nose-to-tail battle as these guys are trying to navigate their way through the top 5. Look at how loose they're getting off the corner. I love it. Jonathan Cofield and Johnny Shade are battling it out. They're not playing around. Save tires. Save for what? You look at him door bringing it down into the corner. I love to see it. He moves him up out of the way on lap 7. Cofield takes that second place back. I love it. I don't want to make no friends, man. I'm not here to make friends in this league. I want to make enemies because I want to beat them. And so we're in here banging door. That's why we put fenders on them, ain't it right?
You are correct in that. Man, it's just like Mikey was saying. It takes these cars just a little bit to get up and running. It looks like these drivers are taking his advice and trying to make up as many positions as they can.
Well, I tell you, you said that just right. Who's been making the most positions up is Dusty Applin, excuse me, in that 69 nice car, that Hooters. And he has moved up 4 spots from where he started. So if anybody can make passes and work with himself around this track, it is definitely this fellow right here. He is on the move, and now he's going to set his sights on the front 4. Who? Oh, and look at him. He used that apron a little bit. Dakota, what do you think about that?
Yeah, he's definitely got that car turning right. You know, that's exactly what you need. As you see Johnny Shade up there hitting the apron now, but you know, being on a fixed setup, you know, anything that you can do to get a leg up on your competition is going to be key to, you know, make your way to the front.
Well, and he is on the move for sure. Started in the 9th position, so he's trying to get himself a great starting spot. But right now, Alex Coffey with the lead, but Jonathan Cofield has been slowly working his way to the back bumper of that 11 machine. Last time by, Cofield was about a 100th faster, so slowly but surely. But I think what we've seen so far is they're pretty equal, and if you're going to pass somebody who's equal, you're probably going to have to move them. So here early in the season, what do y'all think as far as moving somebody for a heat win? Is it a little bit too early to do that? What do you think, Justin?
I'm thinking you can do it. Just expect something to possibly come back to bite you in the main feature if you're anywhere near each other.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a little bit too early to make enemies. I think I would want to win the first race of the season, no doubt about it. So maybe at the end of that feature race, but here in the heat race, I think they'll play nice. Speaking of Dusty Applin, he has now gotten to the back bumper of the 17 of Adam Lancaster, and he is putting a lot of pressure on that 17 machine as he gets right to the back bumper. He seems to be just getting so much better entry and through the middle than anybody else. And you can see how much closer he gets to the 17 through the middle as the 17 sort of parking it in the, and that's pretty normal. I say that as like it's a negative thing, but these guys, in short track racing, you're going to park it a little bit in the middle, especially if you don't want somebody to get around you. And Adam was doing a good job there. As Dusty's going to get loose off the corner. That's going to open the door for Jesse Necula to go around the outside. So what do we think, boys? We think we're driving it pretty hard?
I'm thinking it might be a little bit of a combination of everything. Trying to get the position, hitting that apron, try to get a little bit more rotation.
Yeah, he's able to save it though. He'll fall back to 6th position as Alex Coffey's going to take the white flag, and he is going to take, unless he just has a complete breakdown here in 3 and 4, he is going to take the first heat win, and he is going to start on the front row for the feature. So Alex Coffey, your feature winner. So he's going to just spin her out, do a little donuts. Go get the backup car out for the feature.
He kept it off the wall. No need for that.
All right, well, let's see if we can get if we can find him. I'm not sure where he is. Let's get Alex Coffey in here. Let's talk to him before we get the grid for this second stage. Alex, you won the first heat of the night, the first heat of the season. How's that car feeling tonight, and how you feeling about the feature?
It feels good. Just hoping we can stay out of trouble and trying to decide what the tire strategy is going to be like. I was just play it by, I guess, what everybody else is doing.
Well, everybody seems to be playing nice so far. Do you see that changing? How's the car affect and work in the, when you're trying to get around somebody? Is it easy to pass, or is it going to be, hey, I got to use the bumper to make this happen?
Depends who you're passing. But I don't know. I think it'll definitely get pretty pretty side by side and rough at the end. Not rough, but it'll get down to it at the end for sure. The feature.
All right. Well, congratulations on that heat win. Good luck in the feature.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
Alex Coffey, your first heat winner here tonight. And we've got Stephen Harlow, Eric Schaefer, Alex Huffman, Christopher Bishop, Mikey Neal in the top 5 here in this second heat. Josh Lokovitz, Cody Kinsey, and Timothy Stubblefield with Sam O'Green, an interesting name, in the 9th position for this second heat. So Stephen Harlow got to be somebody you're looking at, Dakota, going forward in this series as a kind of a short track specialist.
Yeah, for sure. I've watched him and his brother Ross, run these late model stock and super late model leagues, and he's probably going to be one to really look out for in these first 3 races. But another one I'll look out for is Alex Huffman. Is he going to be on that that championship hangover? Is he going to put his foot down and try to make it back-to-back championships here?
Well, all right, getting ready to go green. We're going to go a little split screen as we watch Harlow navigate the restart here as Eric Schaefer gets a really, really good jump. Now, I've heard Eric Schaefer's name a bunch of times. Oh, we got contact. We got a wreck. Sam O'Green, Timothy somebody went around. I don't know who it is. Mikey Neal immediately goes around as we have a caution. It looked like they immediately exited out there.
I believe Neil had trouble on the pace lap. I saw him go down to the inner wall on first pace lap, and then coming to green, he went down into the pits.
Interesting. So somebody already having issues, and we'll take a look at it here and see if we can't see exactly. I saw there was a wreck happening, so this is the first part of it. So we'll take a look at the instant replay, and you're going to see on the restart, Mikey Dealer's going to pull off the track, go right into the grass. So I don't know, maybe a VR headset dying or a wheel dying or something like that. So not a good start for him. And then I'm not really quite sure what happened here at the in the field. We'll try to find where that contact, but I saw somebody sideways on the track.
Yeah, I saw that too. It seems like people were fighting for the same part of asphalt.
We'll see if we can find out who it is. Oh, it's the 14. The 14 and the 79, it looks like. We'll take a look at it here. 14 of Christopher Bishop and the 79 of Josh Lokovitz make a little bit of contact, and he just kind of does a half spin and gets it back rolling. So
yeah, it doesn't look like too much damage. Yeah, just a little love tap.
And you're going to have that here. We got a lot of folks that are new, guys that you haven't raced around before. So you're going to have issues of not really knowing how's this. You don't know the skill level of the guy that's around you. You've been racing, in the same league with folks over and over again for multiple weeks. You know who you can race around, who you got to be a little bit careful about. But this is all brand new for a lot of folks. There were some recruitment races, but I don't think that gives you a big enough sample size to really know how folks race. The first, especially in this heat here, it's going to be some guys trying to feel each other out, find who you can race with, who you can't, who you got to be a little careful around.
It's always a shakedown when you're entering a new season of anything.
Well, getting ready for the restart. Stephen Harlow is going to have the lead and the control of the restart this time. He had to wait for the green flag before. You see Alex Huffman get right up on the back bumper, lift his rear tires off the ground. Something to think about later in the feature, I would imagine. Green flag back out. No lap completed just yet, as caution flags do not count here in the heat. As Eric Schaefer, I was beginning to say before we had contact, Eric Schaefer is a very, very good short track racer. So if you're going to pick somebody to win, you got some money on the race, Eric Schaefer may be the guy. You see Alex Huffman, though, slide down in the corner. He is really getting aggressive here on entry. Try to get down to the inside of Eric before Eric could get down to the bottom line, and really just did a four-wheel slide trying to make that pass and just wasn't able to get it done. Eric did a great job off the corner, and now Eric's going to set his sights on the leader up here.
Yeah, it's looking like the bottom line is going to be the dominant line going throughout here. If anyone can try to tame that outside line, that would be definitely fun to see.
Yeah, for sure. Eric Schaefer now on the back bumper of Stephen Harlow. I think this is a heavyweight battle if I've ever seen one between short track racing. I'm looking at these guys to really be, come out with the points lead as we leave the late model stocks. I think these guys have some of the most experience out on the track in these cars and on these tracks. So these guys battling here early for this heat win. We'll go back here a little bit further as we see some battling going on as the 14 of Christopher Bishop. And you see Josh Lokovitz trying to make that top side work, but just can't seem to get the run off the corner. He's going to lose a couple spots as Christopher Bishop and Cody Kinsey go around him. And Sam O'Green. Now, Sam's got a really nice paint scheme as there's contact between Cody Kinsey and Christopher Bishop. And oh my gosh! Stephen Harlow sitting sideways on the track and cautions out.
Holy!
Oh no!
What happened?
Well, we're gonna go back and obviously find that wreck because that happened right up front. And we'll go check it out on the replay real quick. Watch it as Eric Schaefer. Something happened to Stephen Harlow. He just kind of slowed down a little bit. Go down to the corner.
Like he just came to a dead stop.
Yeah, we'll go back. Trying to see exactly what happened. And yeah, it looks like Harlow was trying to get off the track or something. I'm not real sure. Go on board with Harlow and see if we can hear anything. Guys, I don't know. I have no idea what happened there.
I have no idea either. It might have been an issue with the pedal box.
Yeah, but he had to take a tow after that. So something happened into Stephen Harlow. Some sort of mechanical issue. It may have been, like you said, pedals or a wheel or something, but something went wrong, and he immediately tried to pull off the track. So I don't know if he had a computer issue or what. Screen went blank. Not really sure, but man, Stephen Harlow goes out here early, but luckily for him it's in the heat race. I mean, if this happened in the feature, that would be a nightmare. So hopefully he can kind of troubleshoot that and get it figured out. He'll have to start a little bit deeper in the field as we get ready to go green here with about 11 laps to go. Eric Schaefer now with the lead. It shows Harlow with the lead, but as we cross the line, it will update here in just a second.
And I am.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, it looks like we're getting word from race control. Harlow's screen did go black.
Oh, man. Dakota, tell me about, we've got mechanical issues in real life, and I know you raced in real life, but, we don't have mechanical issues here, but, screens going blank, wheels dying, that's sort of the equivalent of mechanical issues here on iRacing.
Yeah, there is a plethora of stuff that can really hinder your race. In Harlow's case, the screen went black. If you have a kid, they might come and, turn your computer off, unplug your computer, just a number of things that could really put a damper on your night.
Well, we're watching this battle, man. Look at Cody Kinsey and Sam Green, man. Cody is going to try. I thought he was going to try a little crossover there. Not able to make it stick, but look, enemies already as the 8 and the 91 they made contact earlier. So maybe some bad blood there between those two drivers.
Yeah, it is short track racing. You know the saying, rubbin's racing.
Yeah, we love to see it. That's exactly right. Mikey Neal, after that weird thing that happened on the start, he's trying to make up some spots. He's currently looking to the inside of Josh Lokovitz. And you see Lokovitz has got some damage to the front end of that car. He's going to go way up the track and make contact with it. So further damage, give the guys in the pit something to do. Look at his right front wheel. If you can see it when he comes around, that joker is sticking out. It's not good.
Wasn't Lokovitz the one that hit Harlow?
No, Schaefer was the one that hit Harlow, but he might have hit him later. Yeah, I think you're right, 100%. So he's got a bunch of damage here. He's not looking good.
He's just hanging on, trying to finish this up with 3 to go here.
Yeah, 3 laps to go. Eric Schaefer still with the lead. Alex Huffman just a few tenths back, but Schaefer's been doing a good job. Huffman's been a little bit faster, but they keep going back and forth, and Schaefer was a good bit faster that time. So I think he just hits his marks and not make a big mistake. I think Schaefer's going to be able to take this second heat.
Yeah, it's looking like Huffman's got the advantage going into the corner, but Schaefer's got mid and exit.
Yeah, and you know, everybody's got different driving styles as we take the white flag, and so it's interesting to see these guys who are able to run similar lap times, but run at different points on the track. But Eric Schaefer is going to take the win here in heat number 2. All right. Well, that was a little bit more exciting than that first heat, I would say.
A little bit more action-packed, yeah.
Well, let's get the boy in here before it gets we get to, well, we do have a 5-minute warm-up, so we can spend our time. We can light some candles, pour some wine. We can talk to Eric Schaefer a little bit longer than we got to talk to Alex Coffey. Eric, congratulations on that heat win. How you doing tonight, brother?
I'm all right, man. How you guys doing?
Man, we're doing good. Seemed like you had a lot of speed out there. Now, I think I know you as a short track racer. I think I've seen you on track before, and you seem like you were just right at home here in Hickory in the late model stock. Talk to me about what you liked out there, what you love about this car, and what's your strategy here as you're going to start outside the front row for the feature.
Oh yeah, man. This is what I cut my teeth on in real life. This is what I used to do at Langley Speedway, so this is what I'm used to. That incident with me and Harlow there, man, he came over the comms and said that his screen went black, so I thought I spun him out, but yeah, he came over the comms and told me that his screen went black, so yeah, that was sketchy.
Well, you're able to get it done. It seemed like you were kind of running him down there for a while. You know, kind of tell me about this track and car combo. You have the experience. What is the trick here? And I know you don't want to give too much away as we still got a feature run, but, you know, what do you think is the overall strategy, you know, that you try to employ in these tracks that makes you so successful?
Really, man, at short tracks like this, it's just about patience, getting back into gas and stuff like that. Just trying to roll the center of the corner as much as you can, not get up too hard on the brake to cook the right front, kind of trail braking it a little bit. Yeah, just try to be patient and save tires as much as you can. That's the big trick here.
Well, it seemed like you did a good job there in the heat, so congratulations on that, and good luck in this feature, man. Looking forward to see, and maybe we'll be talking to you at the end of this thing.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. Thank y'all.
All right, well, that is Eric Schaefer, your heat number 2 winners. Have got a couple minutes. I don't know, guys. What do you think? What do you think about this feature? Who's impressed you so far? Who's a dark horse that we haven't talked about that we need to be paying attention to?
I'd actually like to keep an eye on the 27 of Shane Wyatt in the Xfinity series, of which this is the Winter Series 4. He went all the way to the Championship 4, and he's been super consistent. He's been super fast, just trying to keep it on track and whatnot. It'd be cool to see him, or excuse me, it's going to be interesting to see what he can pull out here.
Well, I didn't see him on the track. Did I completely miss him in one of the heats?
He was in Heat 1.
Okay, well, I'm sorry about that. I probably got a little goofed up when the grid was trying to do the overall standings, so apologize to Shane for that, but that is my fault. We'll continue to make mistakes. That's okay. But, yeah, okay, so you got Shane Wyatt as sort of your dark horse for tonight. Dakota, who you got?
Hey, I'm going to go with, you know, one of my personal favorites. I'm going to go with Charles Stevens, you know, having, you know, raced with him and, you know, helped you broadcast other leagues that he's been in. He's just always quietly there, you know. I think, you know, he made the Final Four in a truck league, and he just seems to always, you know, find his way, you know, through the madness and really just come away with a good, solid finish.
Well, man, I love those picks. I'm looking forward to see how they turn out. You know, as we look through the field here, notice something on Mikey Neal's back bumper. There's some. We'll go to a chase so you can actually see it. But you see those rookie stripes there. Justin, tell me about those.
Yeah, those are to indicate rookies in the season, or more importantly, people who are trying to make it into the main series. I believe it's the main series being the Xfinity series, and then eventually into, of which this is the feeder series for, the Sunoco Cup series.
Right. So these guys are fighting for the ability to race in the next series. The winter series it's sort of a fun series, but it's kind of touted as sort of a recruitment series for the Xfinity when it pops back up. So be looking on, for these guys with the yellow stripes. That is the ones that'll be fighting for those positions and trying to get moved up and get the invite to that series. And I can tell you from experience, it is just a blast. I had some of the best racing that I've ever had in my entire life in the on iRacing in the Xfinity series last season. It was just a lot of fun, and so reason why we got a lot of guys trying to get into it.
Yeah, and more importantly, this Xfinity series opens up a bunch of avenues to show each driver's talent, because there's I think there's 5 different cars that these drivers will be competing with throughout this entire winter series. It's a great avenue for everyone to show their talent.
Yeah, for sure. Well, let's take a look at the grid here. This will be the right grid. Alex Coffey, Stephen Harlow, your front row. We already done this once. We'll do it again. Jonathan Cofield, Eric Schaefer there in the second row. Row number 3 is Johnny Shade, Alex Huffman. Starting in 7th, Shane Wyatt and Christopher Bishop in the 8th position. 9th is going to be Adam Lancaster, Mikey Neal. I don't even know if this is right. I'm going to be honest with you because it looks like it's completely wrong. So I just don't think this likes heat races. So I'll go through the list myself. As Alex Huffman 4th, Johnny Shade is 5th, Sam Green going to be in 6th in that 91 machine, Adam Lancaster, Christopher Bishop in 8th, Jesse Nekula in 9th, Cody Kinsey in 10th, Dustin Applin in 11th. I think that's going to be my dark horse. That 69 machine looked fast early. Mikey Neal in the 12th position, Craig Lautenslager in the 13th position. 14th is going to be Josh Lokovitz, 15th, Charles Stevens Jr., 16th, Timothy Stubblefield, 17th, Shane Wyatt, and 18th, Stephen Harlow, with Matthew Jorgensen in the 19th position. And that's your grid for the feature. Now, about the feature, caution laps do count, like the heat races, they did not. So any laps we run under caution will count towards the total 125 laps here tonight. Well, the intensity is going to pick up for sure here in this race. I think there's not going to be a whole lot of patience, especially if you're towards the back of your Stephen Harlow, who has to start at the back of this field and work his way towards the front after that issue. He's got to be feeling a little bit nervous. If it happens one time, you get nervous. Oh man, I hope it don't happen again. So, going to be a lot of movers. It's going to be fun to watch these guys drive through the field.
I think this is where the whole patience word comes up into the conversation, because yeah, Harlow's fast, but he needs to have the patience to make each and every pass clean while still maintaining his speed to keep up with the front runners.
Yep, absolutely. Well, one thing we didn't mention is they do have a set of tires. So normally in these short tracks, they have just one set. They use the whole race, but they do have an extra set if they need it. But green flag is out. Some bumper cars going here in the 3rd and 4th row, as Jonathan Cofield did not get a great jump, but up front, Alex Coffey able to get away with the lead, but Eric Schaefer there on the outside. We've seen him be able to use that pretty well versus everybody else as he gets right on the door of the 58 of Jonathan Cofield as they go down into turn number 3, and they are side by side battling. Oh, they're going to make contact. The 4, Eric Schaefer, Jonathan Cofield wrecking. Caution is out. Oh, and the 92 of Timothy Stubblefield just runs right into him.
Oh, Harlow's collected. The 51 of Jorgensen is also collected.
Oh, wow. Well, that is tough for these drivers. No fast repair is something that we mentioned earlier. Ooh, getting damaged on lap 2, that is a tough one. Let's go back and watch that again. We were kind of watching it. We'll watch it from Huffman's point of view and kind of see exactly what happened there. And you see these two battling side by side. You can see Eric Schaefer trying to get that thing wound up, and when he does, just right hooks the 58 into the wall. The 4 gets back into the wall, and it's just a melee. And then the 92, unfortunately, just maybe couldn't see. I don't know, but
Well, now we can't see.
yeah, I know. That's what he can see. Nothing. As there's just nowhere to go. There's cars everywhere. He tries to stop and then just nails it. Go back and watch that again. As you can see, it's really hard to see. I mean, we're on top of the car. We still can't even see the wreck happening at this moment. And then, just out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's another product of short track racing. All those wrecks come up. You come up on those things fast.
We'll try to see. I think Matthew Jorgensen's going to get into the back of Harlow here as Harlow's trying to avoid this wreck. Comes off the corner. Yeah, it just comes right across his nose trying to avoid it. And that sends the 5 around.
Yes, Stubblefield really had nowhere to go. You know, he's wrecking right up there in the high lane in front of him, and then Jorgensen and Harlow got together right there below him. So he was just kind of along for the ride at that point.
Yeah, it's always tough, man, when the wrecks happen so fast, especially at short tracks. You just don't have time to look and see it happening. And when they wreck back into the racing line and guys avoid at the last second, you're running so close here that a car moves out of the way, and all of a sudden, boom, you're just there. So tough deal. Getting ready, got the 1 to green. We're going to go green here on lap 7. Got a long way to go here in this race. Alex Coffey with control of the restart, going to get a good jump. It's going to bring Johnny Shade, the coolest name in the field, we're along with him, and they get a great jump as Huffman just gets a terrible restart there. Go back and look at this battle back here. It's a lot of folks that are involved. Dusty Applin is way up out of the groove. Oh, his caution is out.
Yeah, we got Shane White around.
Shane White in that Simrap Marketplace 27 machine having issues.
Doesn't look like any visible damage, so it might have just been a self-spin.
Yeah, we'll take a look here on the replay and see exactly what happened to him. Him there down on the bottom in that 27 car. Oh, it looks like Stephen Harlow gets into the back bumper and gives him a little tag, and he goes around.
And that's another product of it. Everyone's got a different breaking point.
And we talked about it, and I think it was one of you that said, will Stephen have the patience to get up through the field? And you could see already a couple times here, just been in the hornet's nest, and they're right there, just not able to get checked up in time. So he's trying to make up a lot of ground here, but it's you've got to be careful. He's getting into the mess a little bit too early, I think.
Yeah, you can't make up places under caution. You have to have those green flag runs, let it sort itself out, then start making moves off of people's mistakes. Probably preferably early, judging on the comments from our drivers saying that the tires take a few laps to get hooked up to the track.
Well, let's take a look at some driver cameras that we got here tonight. Meet some folks, see some faces. Johnny Shade here in the 23 machine. We talked to, has the coolest name in the field in that. I can't see what his sponsor is, but he's already up 3 spots from where he started. Started in the 5th position, up to 2nd, and appreciate him having his webcam. I think he's on a team. I think he is teamed up with Alex Coffey, so teammates 1-2 here as we get ready to go green, as we do have the 1 to green, and they get ready to go back racing. But thank those guys who have put the cams on so we can see what they got going on, get to know them a little bit, see who's behind the wheel. But green flag is out. Alex Coffey with the early jump. Obviously, teammates going to be working together. That's why the 23 got such a good jump the last time, and able to do that same thing here as Alex Huffman now to the back bumper of the 23. You see Alex continuing to do that where he drives really deep into the corner, and it's been successful keeping him up front, but you got to think, man, that right front is screaming when you do that.
I can only imagine.
Oh, and caution is out.
Oh.
Sam Sam Green goes around.
Sam Green in the 14 of Bishop.
Back to see what happened here on the replay. Got Adam Lancaster behind him. Go down the corner, and Adam Lancaster gets into the back. And I believe that was the 99 of Jesse Necula that was right behind him. The 14 just sort of indirect, not really involved, and goes around.
Looked like he was trying to check up just in case and got a little bit. He's got, excuse me, he's got. Okay, I think we know.
Yeah, you can see it. I mean, just unfortunate.
Yep, right there.
You can go back and look at it one more time, and just being aggressive. Gets a really good drive into the corner and through the middle.
Just ever so slightly got into him. Oh, with how sloped these noses are, it's really easy.
It is. Yeah, it definitely is. So, another caution on the track as we'll get everybody lined back up and we'll do it again. So, our messy early here in the feature as, you know, we had about 10 cars. Everybody able to stay away from each other. You double the car count, and now you're right on top of each other the whole time. So. As far as
that's
go ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just thinking, Dakota, what do all these cautions getting lined up, what does this do to the drivers as they continue to go on in this race?
Yeah, you got some of these guys that really like a long green flag run to really settle in so they can hit their marks. And if you're constantly having to worry about a guy on the outside of you or the inside of you, and you can't focus on your marks. And that's where you see these checkups and guys not getting on the brakes quick enough and ultimately taking the guy out in front of them. So really it's just, we'll chalk this up to, first race jitters, and, it's about a 50-50 split of new guys and guys from the Xfinity series.
Green flag back out here on lap 21 of 125. We still have over 100 laps to go. Is Alex Carlton going to get the lead? But Alex Huffman this time able to get position down on the inside. We've seen that inside line be extremely good as he's able to take over that second spot. Now sets his sights on the lead. Can he get around Alex Coffey? Alex Coffey has been perfect so far here tonight. And look at him getting right to the back bumper. We've talked about it all night. Alex is so good on entry. What is that, Justin, that is making him so good? Is it brake bias? Is it just the fact that he's got a carrot to chase? What is it? Oh, caution. We're not going to get time to talk about it.
That's all right.
Oh, they're still wrecking as the Ford just lifts Matthew Jorgensen off the ground. But it's Shane Wyatt, Matthew Jorgensen, Adam Lancaster involved in that one.
Looks like Jorgensen's pulling a Kyle Busch going in reverse there.
Yes, he is. So he is not happy here tonight. He's doing the Ricky Bobby. He's going to go down into pit road. He's going to pull into a parking spot. He's going to pull back on the track. Sam Green.
Oh, there he goes.
Having to take.
All right.
We'll go back and see exactly what happened there. Is it looked like it started well above. I think it started with Cody Kinsey in the 8 machine. And we'll go back and try to get a good look at it if we can get a good camera angle for it. Not always easy to do. But we'll look here. It looks like it involved Charles Stevens as well in the 9. So little contact is, we'll take a look at the replay real quick. As I go down in the corner, you're going to see Cody Kinsey going to have to check up as Harlow moves up the track. He thought maybe he's going to get a little bit lower. Checks up, stays off of Harlow, but Charles Stevens not able to see what was going on there and just not able to get checked up in time. And you saw just as soon as that happened, everything happens way too quick here.
Just that domino effect.
Yeah, and Jorgensen's going to come in right here and just, right up under Adam Lancaster. I think Eric Schaefer got a little piece of that one as well. No, he didn't. So it's just Matthew driving into the wreck. Sorry, Matthew. But watch that real quick. Just see, it's just no time to really do anything here. Is it? I mean, they just comes to a complete stop. So.
Yeah, it looked like he was already on the binders going up to it, and I don't think he expected Shane and.
It looks like Schaefer did give him a little bit of love there. Schaefer's like, you know what? I'm done with this. Let's watch.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, Jorgensen was actually backing up right as Schaefer was going. All right, doubled up for the restart. Pace car pulls off. Green flag is out again. As, man, it is really setting the tone here for the night. It's going to be a mess.
Looks like
Huffman's contact. 23 goes through the grass. He makes contact with Huffman. He's going to come back on the track. Oh, my goodness. It's going to be 3 wide.
Keeps it green.
Woo! Oh, he's going to be mad. He's going to be BRM. That's what I call it. Blood red mad. 13 now. Craig. Oh, my goodness. Help me out with this name, Justin.
Loughton's Lager.
No, it's Loughton Slager. Isn't that right, Dakota?
Oh.
Yes,
look, I said it on the tee. I said it on the tee, and you hit the tee. You didn't hit the ball. I set it up for you. You hit the damn tee.
Yeah, I did.
Craig Lawton Slager, as we were told. We'll definitely try to get that right. But he is running in third position. But he started in 13th. He's currently the second biggest mover of the race as he is in the podium position. And that 13 car, it's kind of cool looking. I'm not going to lie. I like the way it looks.
I don't know if y'all had seen it in the Discord or not, but he actually made like a flyer of all his cars for this whole winter series, and it looks like a Hot Wheels promo. I mean, it was really nice and well thought out.
Yeah.
I actually got fooled by that. I'll be honest.
Oh, somebody up out of the groove. It's like Josh Lokovitz gets up out of the groove in that 79 machine, and it's going to lose a couple spots. You see the 23 of Johnny Shade ready to trying to get back in this thing, and he is sideways. Boy, I love it. Golly, that just gets my blood rolling. Come on. Come on. I love to see this type of racing side by side, the 23 to the inside, trying to make it happen. You can see how tough it is to make these passes, but the 23 is going to be able to get it done. But I'll tell you who is making passes is Stephen Harlow here in that 5 machine. He started at the back, and somebody that we said was going to be a major player at the end of this thing and be fighting for a win is now back up in it with my dark horse right behind him at Dusty Apple. Let's go on board with him and see what he's doing different than everybody else. See a lot of drivers like Alex Huffman driving really deep into the corner, but Harlow, you can see he's getting off the gas and really making sure he gets the power down from center off, letting it roll through the middle. You know, it just makes me mad watching these fast guys race, man. Oh, he's going to get to the back bumper of the 99. Oh. As soon as I said something, look at him. He knows right away that, oh, man, so disappointed Harlow is getting into the back of the 99. But Jesse Necula goes around as Harlow just trying to get that position back and unfortunately gets into the back of that 99 machine.
And if I know anything about either of the Harlows, they never mean to do any of that. I can be honest with you on that one. It's just another product of racing.
Yeah, no, for sure. 100% he didn't mean to do it. And we've seen that enough tonight. Nobody's really meant to do any of this. It's just happening so fast, you know, and it's tough.
It always is. I will keep alluding to it as long as it stays true. It's just short track racing.
That's right. You can see Jesse Necula just kind of struggling there through the corner, and I think he had to check up for the 13, honestly. And I think that's why he got sent around like that, is it just checked up real quickly. See right here, you see how these cars are bouncing? I think that's really the crazy thing. Look how much movement there is on the suspension, but you see right there, I think Necula just had to check up a little bit more than he wanted to for the 13, and just going to send him around. But he didn't really get any damage, so, you know, for Jesse Necula, that's about the best thing you could ask.
For as much chaos as we've seen so far in this feature, yeah, it's the best thing you can walk away with right now.
Well, Dakota, if you were giving advice to these guys in the field, what's your advice at the moment as we're 43 laps into this 125 lap race?
Really you just got to settle in. We had a decent little green flag run right there, and we were seeing guys like Johnny Shade. He had that mishap, and he was slowly working his way back up. But you just really just kind of take it slow. It's the first race. You're gonna have them jitters, and it's gonna be a long season. But really getting this first race off on the right foot really will set the tone for your whole season.
Can't agree more. We do have the 1 to green. Got to get some green flag action here soon. Just feel it. Alex Coffey with the restart control again. He's going to get a good jump. Alex Huffman, they're going to stay there on his right rear, but going to have to fall back to second there as Craig there on the bottom of Stephen Harlow. So Harlow going to have to, he definitely did not want that to happen, but he's going to have to get kind of put back together and focus on what's in front of him, which is the 13 machine. Is he going to get down to the inside? May have position on the 13 here, and he does. So, hey, look, that's what you want to see. That is a textbook pass here in these cars as he gets to run off the corner and then passes well before entry. So that's going to open the door. I mean, Craig's going to be in trouble here if he gets stuck on the outside.
And his best bet is to get down low as soon as possible, because that's just going to open up the door for the number 1 of Neil, which he's coming real quick up on 13 here.
Yes, he's looking down to the inside, and just it's so daggum frustrating for the 13 machine as he wants to get down to the bottom, but the more he fights, the more it brings other drivers in, and he's going to have to continue to battle. He's trying to fight hard, but I just think it's a losing battle here as Mikey Neal's going to get this position, and then you're going to see cars fill that gap if he doesn't get down to the bottom. So it's just a tough deal at these short tracks when you get stuck up on the outside on a restart or somebody makes a pass, and he's going to be able to get down now.
Yeah, you also have to look into what that is doing, especially to your right front tire, because we're almost we're getting close to halfway throughout this feature here, and I don't know who has not taken tires, if at all.
Yeah, it's really hard to say. I mean, Jonathan Cofield's been on pit road quite a few times. I see a couple 15, 16 second pit stops. Adam Lancaster, Eric Schaefer. So they may have come down. A lot of folks just getting some damage repair on their cars, but they are towards the back at the moment. I mean, Adam Lancaster was involved in a couple accidents. He's back in the 15th position. Eric Schaefer, who we kind of thought was going to be battling for the win. I mean, we talked to him earlier and seemed very confident and just involved in an incident early. And you see that car, it's all jacked up.
It's sometimes just the luck of the draw, and sometimes league luck is not on your side.
Yeah, with no fast repair. A lot of leagues, a lot of series have fast repairs, but not in the Sunoco Cup Series and not in the MPI Xfinity Series. And not in the Fastenal Winter Series either. And that is so tough on a short track to not have that fast repair in the back, because you can't go down pit road and spend really any time repairing as the pace car comes around, put you a lap down. So if you're trying to stay on the lead lap, you just can't spend enough time to fix this thing where it's a little bit more reliable. Up front, though, a battle for the lead. Alex Huffman has spent on the back bumper of this 11 machine for quite a while, just not been able to do anything with him. But now, here we go. Stephen Harlow has now joined the battle all the way from the back. Had a screen blank out in the heat race. Had to start in the back. Been involved in a couple incidents, but still finds himself in the 3rd position. So, man, you got to be impressed by this 5 machine.
Anytime I've had the privilege of racing with him, he's always had speed everywhere. So for me, it's not really a surprise to see him up here. But I love just seeing everyone clawing and vying for a position. So anything that's happening on track is a good battle to me.
Yeah, and if you look at Steven's driver cam there, he's just so smooth on the wheel. He's not putting a lot of input into it, and that's really what's helping him get through these corners here.
Talk a bit about Dakota, about how much important it is to have fun when you're running iRacing. I think, you know, it's easy to get too serious and get frustrated at every little thing, and it really just takes the fun out of iRacing. But if you can keep it where you're having a good time, you see that smile on his face. He's had a rough, you know, night so far, but you can see he's just still got a smile on his face, and he is enjoying what he's doing. He loves his car and track, loves short track racing, and when you're having fun, it really, you know, that's the most important thing. We race here for, you know, we race here for fun. We pay a subscription to have a good time, and so, you know, how important it is at Dakota to have that fun, to be able to, you know, run in these races like this.
Yeah, you know, that's the main goal, is to come out here and have a good time. You know, some people call it a simulation, some people call it a video game. You know, take it for what you will, but if you're taking it too serious and doing it for all the wrong reasons, then you might as well just quit. But like I know Steven, you know, he's having a blast right now.
Well, we are clicking off the laps now as we've got a nice little green flag run. It's a three-way breakaway for Alex Coffey, Alex Huffman, and Stephen Harlow, or Alex Harlow, to complete the three names up there. But you got Dusty Applin there in the 4th position. He's about 1.2 seconds back from this trio, and they're going to start hitting lap traffic pretty soon, and this lap traffic is not going to be easy to get around. And that's one thing about, you know, this deal right here is that, you know, if caution comes out, they don't want to be a lap down. They want to stay on the lead lap, and these guys are going to be fighting. They don't have to move over it. They're racing their own race, and they have every right to battle. So, you know, I think this is going to be Alex Coffey's first real test as he catches up to Cody Kinsey here.
It's looking like lap traffic could play a big part if it does stay green. It could get Applin and the one of Neil back into this.
Close. We'll see. Some guys are willing to just move over, some aren't. But you see just now there's a couple drivers here. These lap cars may be battling side by side right in front of the leaders, and it looks like they are, as the 92 of Timothy Stubblefield stays high, so they're able to get around him. He kind of lets off and lets those guys go. That's a class act move right there. But yeah, I think Cody Kinsey's going to be a little bit tougher to get around. I don't think there's going to be, I don't know if he's just going to roll over. I think he's going to make Alex work for it here. The thing about short track racing that is so difficult, it takes a lot of the skill. It's just the rhythm that you have to get into to be fast here. You have to hit the same corner. When these straightaways are not long, you don't get a whole lot of time to take a break. You know, you're on the throttle and then you're back on the brakes, getting right into the next corner. And so you have to be extremely consistent at these short tracks. It's looks like Cody Kinsey, you're going to just move up the track and let these guys go. But caution's out. Caution's out, and it looks like Charles Stevens, the 14 of Christopher Bishop, they're up in the tires playing bumper cars with each other. I don't know what's going on.
Looks like Stevens might be a little stuck by that access right. Looks like he's got it.
Go back and see if maybe we can see what happened there. Like the wreck was already happening. It started with Mikey Neal and Dustin Applin. Oh, let's go and check this out here on the V-Speed replay. Either one down on the inside is going to maybe try a slider here. Not quite clear. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Is they go to the shadow rail and they come back and they're wrecking. And Charles Stevens has no idea. Oh, that is awful. What an unlucky break there for Charles Stevens. You're right, he was stuck in the barrels. Go back and look from his point of view what happened. You see them, they blink out, and they come back and then roll down the track. Mikey Neal does, and Charles just nowhere to go.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is another side effect of being on this service. We were talking about mechanical issues before. This you could probably label down to it.
Yeah, they just disappeared. That was awesome. They went to another dimension. They went back in time and found Doc and got the light, got the clock tower fixed, and went up there and drove the DeLorean and came back. So they able to get this thing rolling. But under caution again here in the Fastenal Winter Series. And we'll take the time while we're here. Oh, go ahead. Sorry. Go.
I say a little bit of interesting development. I think Huffman and Stephen Harlow came down pit road for tires on that stop right there.
Interesting. Okay, well that's gonna be interesting to see how that plays out as we do get the 1 to green. These are some really fast cautions. We'll have to watch that. Stephen Harlow back in the 10th position, Alex Huffman back in 8th, and Alex Coffey elected to stay. We'll see what the difference is and how big a deal those tires are actually going to make here as green flag back out. Oh, and caution immediately. Well, it looks like they extend the caution. Yeah, it looks like they may have somehow extended the caution or something. I don't see anything on track.
It might have been guys were not lined up where they needed to be, so they decided to extend the caution.
That's a good point. Good point. So we are under caution. We'll take the time to do an ad read. Heck, that's been trying to get that in for a while. So we'll start with Fastenal, and we'll read this real quick. Say you're at work, all the lights flicker, and then go out. You try to move, you bump into something, you turn around and bump into something else. You can't work like this. You need to be able to see what's happening. That's how your inventory feels. So why are you keeping your inventory in the dark? Look at it this way. If you can't answer these questions, what inventory do you have on hand? Where is it located? How quickly is it being used? Then you need supply chain visibility. Fastenal can help. Their FMI technology lets you monitor inventory, track assets, control consumables. How do they do it? Fastenal has vending machines, lockers, bins that sense your inventory levels and how product is being used in your business. Each of those inventory solutions sends its data to the cloud. Fastenal's team can ensure that you avoid stockouts while not carrying excess inventory. As we're back green, though, as that is a extremely long ad read. We'll get the rest of it, but we're back green as we want to thank Fastenal for being the title sponsor for this series.
Oh, we got another correct here. We got a parking lot here.
As you see a parking lot on track. As it is getting messy out here. Cody Kinsey, Shane Wyatt has just not, man, what an unlucky night for him. He's just had a night to forget as he is involved in this one yet again. Try to see where it all started from.
I'd say try to take a look at the midfield and go from there.
Yeah, looks like might have started with Sam Green and Alex Huffman, who was on those tires, as we'll take a look here on the replay. Alex Huffman on fresh tires. Drive down to the corner. Sam right there makes contact, and when he does, that just clobbers the rest of the field. Shane White going to go down pit road, so another pile up as I think that time it was just due to new tires versus old tires.
Quite possibly.
But anyway, to finish up, Fastenal.com to see how they do it. I want to thank Fastenal. Go ahead, Dakota. I think he's about to say something.
No, I think that was Justin there.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're gonna get back into the Fastenal read.
Part 2 of the Fastenal read. I want to thank them though, definitely, for coming on board, being the title sponsor. It's just such a cool thing to see these companies being involved in sim racing, and I think Chris Progar had a lot to do with that. But caution's just so fast, man. It's tough to get that stuff in. I have to shorten it down, make it a little bit more bite size. Alex Coffey though with the lead. I feel like he's been out front all night long. Nobody's been able to really challenge him. But Dusty Applin there on the outside. Going to bring Johnny Shade, though, on the inside. So they're going to be battling for that second position. And look at Matthew Jorgensen up there on the outside of Stephen Harlow. He's made his way up towards the front.
After being caught up in a lot of the incidents earlier, it's good to see him back up here. Looks like he's getting swallowed up, though, being on that outside lane.
Yeah, he's falling like a rock. I think he's on older tires, and also, like you said, on the outside line. My goodness, he's getting chewed. Oh, and my goodness, and we changed the camera. And the 23 of Johnny Shea goes around in another pile up. Oh, my goodness.
Oh.
As they continue to wreck.
Yeah, they're still wrecking.
Yeah, Dusty Applin was involved. He's around. They were up there running towards the front. And it looks like Dusty gets into the back bumper of the 23. Let's go back and check it out. Under a lot of pressure here from Stephen Harlow. He's going to try to drive it deeper into the corner, and you can see, oh, my goodness.
Whoa!
That's not supposed to happen. His car just kind of, a little bit of net code there as his car just yanks around.
And those right hooks will get you every time.
They come so quick.
Well, I think what happened here is we kind of slow it down. The 69 can see the 5 there looking down to the inside in his mirror, so he's trying to outdrive the 5, doing a little bit of mirror driving, and I think he just overcooked the entry. And when he did, he gets into 23, but he's trying to stay off of him, and then you're right. He's going to get on the – he's going to get on that wheel, and you're right. He's got that thing cranked all over, and when he did, that was all she wrote. Oh, boy. Well, that's going to take Johnny Shade from running up front up back to 10th, and Dusty is on pit road getting some damage repairs, so he must have had some major damage to the 69 machine. Let's do another ad read while we're under caution. SimWrap Marketplace, simwrapmarket.com. When it comes to creating jaw-dropping graphics for your virtual racing machines, look no further than SimWrap Market. Our team of talented designers have come together to provide you with an impressive arsenal of sim racing design resources that will take your virtual racing experience to the whole new level. Go check them out, simwrapmarket.com. One to go here, but I tell y'all, the laps are clicking down. We're running out of time, and while we do have a lot of cautions, you're running out of time if you're going to win this race. Alex Coffey, though, with the jump that he needs off the restart, but man, Sam Green there looking really strong. I think Sam's got those new tires. So I think Sam might be a threat here to our leader.
Maybe, but that 13 looks like he's got a great drive off the top lane now.
Oh, and he makes contact. Oh, my goodness.
It's just another thing.
As soon as we try to talk about something and analyze it, they go around and we can't get anything. We can't talk about them.
Well, thankfully they're short caution, so we can get back to more.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go back and look here on another replay. We got to get a sponsor for the replay. They would get a lot of TV time right now. Yeah, you see a little bit of contact there in the middle of the corner. Look at the 13.
Yeah, thankfully everyone had the vision to avoid the 90. Sorry, was that the 91?
Maybe the 51.
That's Matthew Jorgensen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it is 91.
Yeah. You can see. Listen to these cars. I love the way they sound. Go down to the corner and really trying to make that top side work. That just gets in the right rear. Come around. So Sam Green gonna go from second back to ninth place now. I think Alex Coffey's the only driver that's been able to stay out of any trouble, and that's because he's been in the lead literally the whole time. As you look here, he's led 99 laps. That's all of them.
Oh man.
Goodness. Look at the cautions, 9 cautions. That's, you know, I think we expected that though. I don't think that comes to a surprise to anybody. I mean, new league, new series, new drivers, people racing with each other. We've already alluded to it quite a few times. And I think it's to be expected to put them on a car track some of these guys are just not used to. And it's a perfect concoction of 9 cautions.
It's always a challenge just hopping into a brand new car, especially in the sim, and then try to go league racing with it.
All right, well, 23 laps to go. It'll be 22 when we take the green flag. Alex Coffey been able to control the restarts and stay pretty much out of trouble. Stephen Harlow has made its way back up into the 5th position. Green flag back out as, oh man, the 51 does not get going. He gets plowed into the back bumper by Stephen Harlow trying to, hey, brother, go.
I believe it was the 99 of Necula who gave him that shove. Oh no, it was Necula who gave a shove to the 13. I'm not going to attempt that last name again.
No! Harlow goes around! Oh, and we're wrecking again. Oh, my goodness.
Parking lot.
My goodness, Stephen Harlow goes around again.
Cautions breed cautions.
Got cars sitting on the track. Eric Schaefer, gosh, he's got about 6 cylinders out there. He's driving a V6, and he's involved in this one. Just can't get out of the wrecks.
These cars are having a hard time trying to get off that banking.
Yeah, Stephen Harlow's got a good amount of damage after that one. Take a look at yet another. Go down in the corner.
Oh, looks like Necula tried to slot himself in there.
'99 gets a little piece of it. There's Eric Schaefer just throwing. Oh my goodness, as they come flying in. Just tough racing there. Jorgensen, you see he was getting loose off the bottom. Going board with Schaefer here. Him really driving down the corner. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Necula really got on the brakes there after that contact, trying to check up. And Schaefer just, man, what are you gonna do there? You can't do nothing.
It's what we were saying right at the beginning of the race. It's so hard to have the vision ahead of you when you're short track racing. Everything will come up on you in a split second.
Well, 1 to go as we get another restart, as that is our 10th caution of the night. Frustration is obviously going to be at a all-time high at this moment as we get down towards the end. Just 15 laps to go. There'll be less give and take, and all just take here. As goes down to the apron, goes back on track. He's got quite a bit of damage though. Green flag is out. Now it's going to pull away. Matthew Jorgensen trying to make it work down on the bottom. He's got a damaged race car, but he's going to take over the 2nd position. But here comes the 13.
We got a wreck on the back stretch.
We stay green at the moment. We'll watch, and there it is.
There's the caution.
Oh. I don't know who's involved. Looks like Josh Lokovitz in the 79 involved there in that one. Well, let's we've shown enough replays of wrecks. We probably know kind of what happened. We'll do another ad read here for MPI. MPI Innovations have become a renowned leader in steering wheel and safety innovation for elite motorsports teams. Today, MPI produces top-tier products for champions in every discipline of racing imaginable, including sim racing. You can outfit your sim racing experience with an MPI sim chassis, foldable wheel stand, Logitech steering wheel adapter, and 6 different sim steering wheels. MPI continues to channel its expertise into creating cutting-edge steering wheels and products for the entire racing world. Check out MPI at maxpapasinc.com on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. How was that? That all right?
I thought it was fine. Maybe that's what Steven's got on his wheel. He's got one of the MPI wheels on there.
Yeah, maybe so. Got that. He's running. He's running a GT wheel on his Logitech. Running. Yeah, running a late model.
Yeah, it's definitely a G29 wheel right there.
All right, well, he is still in the 4th position with that quite a bit of damage. So.
Yeah, I wonder if he just missed the launch because he was really slow on that restart there. I wonder if he just missed it or if something is actually severely wrong with that car.
All right, 1 to go, but 10 laps to go in this race, the first race of the season. It's been a tough one, but appreciate y'all sticking out with us here on V-Speed Racing Network, and we're going to bring you the action here. The last 10 laps, Alex Coffey with another really good jump. But, man, I'll tell you what, I'm impressed with this 51, but I think the 13 and 51 are going to be battling all the rest of the 10 laps. Oh, they make a little bit of contact. The 13. Oh, they're going to go out of the corner, and Jorgensen's going to lean on the 13 off the top side. And, man, the 51 is doing a great job trying to hold off. How long can he do that, though, as he watches Alex Coffey just drive away?
Yeah, 13's got the preferred line, and anyone wants to get higher up on that podium. But as you said, they're just watching the 11. Oh, maybe a little bit of contact between 5 Harlow and... Jorgensen's around.
Yeah, we swapped to the camera, and it looks like Matthew was trying to get down on the top side and does a little overcorrect and goes up the track. So Matthew Jorgensen is going to bring out our 11th caution of the night.
Yeah, that's just jockeying for a higher step on that podium.
May have been a little bit of a broadcaster curse on my point for talking about him a little bit too much there. So that's my fault, Matthew.
From what I could possibly see, it could have been netcode from the 5.
It's possible. Gorgie was definitely just really driving hard, trying to make that top side work. It was just difficult.
To his credit, he was doing really well up there. Ah, okay.
Yeah, looks like he was in the process of spinning out there, and he actually got it saved, and he avoided that dreaded right hook.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, that was pretty scary.
Yeah, credit where credit is due. Good save on his part.
You wonder if he thought maybe he was going to try to get down in that gap, or if he just got on the brakes and it just upset the car a little bit there. And you're right. Does a great job of not right hook it into the wall. Well, still under caution. We're going to have 4 laps to go, and we may even get a green-white checkered here at the end of this thing. We'll see. Not real sure if they're going to have a green white checkered or how that's going to work, but he does get the 1 to go, so we'll at least have a unofficial one for sure. Well, all right. Well, who's going to get this thing, y'all? We've got just 3 laps to go in this race. Going to get 2 to go when we go green. So a couple laps. If you're the 13 or Craig Lautenslager, you got one opportunity, and this may be it. Green flag is out, though. Alex Coffey, and you're right, Stephen Harlow gets another really terrible start. That gives the 13 full control of that second position. Battle now for second. Harlow trying to make it work with that damaged car as they come off the corner. White flag is out for Alex Coffey. He led every lap so far. Is he going to lead the final one? He's really got no competition behind him, almost half a second back to this group right here for second place. Can anybody make a move here at the end of the race? Harlow looks to the inside, not able to do it, but Alex Coffey is going to win the first race of the Fastenal Winter Series.
Oh, that is a heck of a race right there.
Yeah, 12 cautions, 0 lead changes. What a stat. What a stat. Gonna burn it down.
I think he's got more than just a little triple crown here. Most laps led, started on pole, finished the race ahead of everyone else.
I mean, he led every single lap in his heat and led every single lap in the feature. That's impressive. And really the only driver that just didn't have any issue tonight. So being out front, it's definitely an advantage.
Yeah, I remember one of the drivers saying that being out in clean air is definitely going to help you out.
Well, let's take a break and let's get some commercials in as we let drivers get into the waiting room, and then we'll get into the interviews of the top 3. And then we'll kind of go from there. So we'll be right back and give you the rest as we get into the post-race show here on VSRN.
Let's meet the supply chain technology lineup. Coil machines, a powerful combination of access, control, and traceability. Sensor devices, take what you need, the device reports who, what, and how much. Multi-use lockers, vend bulk items, manage assets, and pick up orders. And electronic bins, avoid stockouts with 24/7 inventory monitoring. The key to the game, a local blue team to keep your supply chain moving full speed ahead. Fastenal, where industry meets innovation.
Alrighty, we are back, and we are, man, what a race. I mean, it was wild. A lot going on, but Alex Coffey takes home the checker flag. And you know what? We got a couple folks that we want to talk to. We're going to start with third place finisher Stephen Harlow, and we'll get him up in here. And I think, Dakota, you're caught up with him.
It's tough to get back up there.
Hey, Steve-O, it's Eddie, Dakota, and Justin in the booth. How you doing, bud?
How's it going, guys?
Yeah, well, that was definitely a war of attrition for you. You know, you had the black screen, and I think you went to the back about 12 different times, but you found your way back up to the front. So kind of unpack your night.
Well, I was looking forward. I was hoping to get a good battle in with Alex. We ran a preseason race at Five Flags a couple weeks back, and we were going back and forth the whole time. So I wanted to be up there with him, but as soon as my screen went black in the heat race, I was like, oh man, I gotta go from the back now. I had to work my way up. I was trying to be aggressive, and with these cars, man, you even tap someone on the bumper because they're just a wedge on the front. It's gonna lift up their rear tires and spin them around. So it happened twice, and Chris was like, hey, chill out. I was like, all right, I'm sorry. I apologize. So I tried to stay off people as much as I could after that and just slowly make my way to the front, but never could quite get there. I had tires, and I was trying to get to Coffee the whole way, but I just couldn't get up to him. And then that last restart, I forgot to shift down to second because I didn't want to take any fuel the whole time, so I was trying to save it. And I stayed in fourth for the cautions and then never shifted down because I was talking.
Yeah, it was definitely a hard fought third place finish for you there. And I know you mentioned y'all run a race at Five Flags. You know we head there next week, so you got to be feeling pretty good about your chances for next week.
Oh, absolutely. I love Five Flags. And if we're running it at night, even better because they're almost momentum cars at Five Flags, like more than they are here. It's, a touch a brake to set the car, and then you're rolling all the way off the corner. So it's going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, for sure. We're looking forward to. I guess before we let you go, we'll let you plug any sponsors that you may have.
I actually got 2 new sponsors for the Winter Series. I want to say thank you to Warrior Soar, Shannon Blake over there. They do a lot of good stuff for veterans that are out of service, and then also to Project Hopner, Joe and Sue Hopner, a couple family friends that I grew up knowing and always seeing around, seeing their whole family, and they have a lot of stuff, a lot of resources over there for teen depression, teen suicide, and really helpful stuff. Go check it out if you need to. Great over there. And then Team Watson Races setups, of course. I got to thank Ross for putting together all of my paint schemes. These things look amazing. And my parents for watching at home. Of course, my girlfriend in the other room. She's asleep because she got to be up early, but she supports me no matter what, and it's amazing.
Yeah, well, nevertheless, good run tonight, and we'll be looking forward to you next week and, throughout the rest of the Winter Series.
Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it.
There you have it, your third place finisher, Stephen Harlow. And Justin, I think you're caught up with our second place finisher, Craig Lautenslager.
Hey, Craig, Justin up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, it looked like it was an up and down night throughout the entire race, and you walked away with second place. Man, you got to talk us through the whole night here. What happened, and how did you end up getting second?
So I don't really run these cars, or I only really just started running them, so I felt like going into this, I didn't really know what I was doing, so wasn't fast in qualifying or the heat. I kind of figured something out towards the end of the heat race, and then I felt like I just had good luck all night. Like I missed all the wrecks for the most part. I pitted and barely got off pit road with 2 tire sets, and was smart about like waiting for a wreck to come out before kind of advancing on the field. And then I was in position, and then 2 cars wrecked in front of me, and I was in second place. It was just a matter of holding off on the restarts that second place.
And there was definitely a lot of them, and it looked like you had a good edge coming in on the outside lane of all places. It looked like you were up almost trapped up there. Is it that much harder to maintain your line up there than it is on the bottom?
Yeah, it's definitely in these cars a bottom line dominant track, which kind of surprised me. But I quickly found out that, especially near the end of that race, that like I needed to get to the bottom ASAP. So it was going to be very hard for me to have anything for first place because he already has the bottom. He has the bottom and the lead. So just getting into the bottom and either being in second or third place was huge. The last like 40 laps.
Yeah, it looked like everyone was having their own handful here. Well, with finishing second, it looks like you got a lot of momentum going into the rest of these races coming up, and next week is at Five Flags. What do you think? How do you think you're going to do next week?
I mean, if I can just stay out of trouble again, I think top 5 is a possibility for sure. But yeah, this first couple rounds of the tournament or the Winter Series, kind of just trying to hold serve because they're 2 cars I haven't really had any experience on. So to come out of here kind of ahead of things is really great for this series.
I couldn't agree more on that. Well, Craig, before I let you go, do you have anybody you got to thank while you're here?
I don't know. Just you guys for putting this on, Pergar for putting this on, and the guys back at MRS. I know that they're rooting for me, and my teammate Chris for keeping somewhat sane after the unfortunate night he had at times. So yeah, it's just it was a good time tonight.
All right, Chris. Well, I wish you the best of luck for the rest of the season here, and you have yourself a wonderful evening.
Thank you.
Well, that's your second place finisher. And then I am called up with the leader, Alex Coffey, in the 11 machine. Alex, is Eddie in the booth? You got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Well, I mean, you couldn't have asked for a better night. You come in, you lead every lap of your heat race, and then you lead every lap of the feature. And I think you're the only guy that made no contact with just about anybody here tonight. So first off, congratulations on getting the win tonight. I didn't know your short track prowess before tonight. I've raced with you multiple times in multiple series. You're a very good driver on big oval stuff, but your short track skills seem to be pretty top notch. Tell me a little bit about that. What's your experience in cars like this, and and what's your experience in the past with these cars?
I just grew up doing short track stuff. I raced Legends cars back in the day, in real life at flat quarter miles. So short track stuff's just my favorite stuff on the sim. I like the NASCAR stuff too, but the short track stuff's just fun to me. Um, but yeah, it's just staying out of trouble. I knew that pit stop at the end when everybody took fresh tires. I knew I was either going to be in trouble or staying out of trouble, and it paid off with all those cautions. So.
Well, how tough is it? I mean, being the leader is a huge advantage with all those restarts because you get to control it. But I mean, it's still got to be tough and mentally draining to have to constantly restart. I mean, you had 12 cautions here tonight, and you had to lead the restart of every one of them. So, how difficult is it to go into that and not make any mistakes? You have to do it perfectly every time. And the late model seems to have plenty of grip on. You don't really spin your tires that bad. But, is it difficult to do that 12, 13 times and do it perfectly every time? Was there ever a point you were nervous that, I may not make it or get a good enough restart this time?
Yeah, it was definitely challenging because iRacing would throw the green before the end of the restart zone if I was to wait. So it narrowed the window even more than the actual painted restart zone. So I mean, most of the time I kind of just went in the same spot if it was somebody new starting beside me, but if it was the constant same person starting beside me, I'd have to switch it up a little bit every time.
Well, about the only cars you had to pass were lap cars, and they were able to give you that room that you needed. But man, I mean, just incredible, able to stay out of trouble, stay up front, and honestly, just an incredible statement here in this series for CNC. As you guys seem to be really strong. I mean, I hate to say it. I mean, your name's pretty cool, Alex Coffey. Like to drink, but spelt different. But then you got Johnny Shade, which is he kind of one upped you coming here as your teammate with a really cool last name.
Yeah, yeah. We need some more cool names on the team. So if anybody's got a cool last name, hit me up.
Well, there you go. Well, hey man, congratulations on the win. Just a dominant performance. And as always, at the end of these things, who you got to thank? Any sponsor shout outs?
Yeah. Shout out to y'all for broadcasting tonight. Shout out to Chris and Jesse for putting everything together. Shout out to my new teammate Johnny Shade. He ran good tonight, and shout out to my mom for watching. I'm sure she's tuned in. So, yep, appreciate everybody.
All right. Well, there you have it. Your winner here tonight, Alex Coffey, takes home the victory. Led 135 laps, including or 145 laps, including the stage. Just an incredible run for him. Well, let's take a look at the results, and we'll go through it real quick and see where everybody ended up. And talking about, we'd already know your top three. Johnny Shade comes home in the fourth position with Christopher Bishop, who was involved in a few accidents but able to stay out of trouble and comes home in the fifth position there. Charles Stevens Jr. had a nice night coming home in sixth. Matthew Jorgensen, we saw him up there battling up front and just had that incident late in the race, but able to come back and get a seventh place finish. Adam Lancaster in eighth. Shane Wyatt with the top 10. I mean, gosh, he was in a horrible spot all night long, just so much bad luck, and still comes out with the top 10. That shows a lot of skill and racecraft for him to be able to do that. Josh Lokovitz, first car a lap down in that 10th position. In 11th, Eric Schaefer definitely wonder what if. I think he had what it took to maybe get a challenge, get up front and challenge Alex Coffey with that incident that gave him a lot of damage. He ended up really struggling for the rest of the race. Alex Huffman in 12th, Cody Kinsey in 13th, Jesse Nekula in 14th, Sam Green in 15th, Dusty Applin in 16th, Timothy Stubblefield in the 17th position, Mikey Neal in 18th, and Jonathan Cofield with a blown motor comes home in 19th. Well, all right, guys. Well, closing thoughts. Justin, Dakota, closing thoughts on this race?
I honestly thought it was a very entertaining race to watch. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, caution filled, bunch of chaos, but it is to be expected with a brand new group of people racing against each other at a very, very tight track. So going forward, I can only expect only great things out of this group here. It's going to be great racing.
Yeah, definitely overall a good night, just a dominating performance by Alex Coffey, and really just looking forward to Five Flags next weekend and, throughout the rest of this winter series.
Well, thanks to you guys for being in the booth tonight. You definitely made it so much better having you guys in here. Y'all did a fantastic job and appreciate that. Having that extra help in the booth always makes a big difference. But I tell you what about some extra help, and that is our sponsors. I want to thank Fastenal, where industry meets innovation, for being the title sponsor of this series. So cool to have a sponsor like Fastenal on board, and definitely go check it out if you have any inventory needs. You definitely want to check those guys out. I want to thank MPI for the sponsor for the Xfinity series itself, and definitely appreciate everything that they do. SimWrapMarket.com, SimWrap Market sponsor for the 27 of Shane White as well. Thank you to them. If you want a nice wrap for your car, I mean, you've seen a lot of really cool paint schemes. You want something like that, go check them out at SimWrapMarket.com. Want to thank Martin Sports also for being a sponsor. These guys, some of these sponsors, Martin Sports and SimWrap Market, will be title sponsors for races later in the season, so looking forward to that. But Martin Sports, another one. Want to thank Chris Progar, Jesse Whittington, Logan Sturgeon, everybody who does work in this series to put this thing on. It's so hard to wrangle guys up, get them going into the right place, get these servers up, put these schedules. A lot of work, a lot of thankless work that goes into it. And I tell you, Chris Progar has done a lot for this series. So a round of applause in the crowd for him, as man, he's really done a good job getting this thing rolling, and looking forward to seeing how it's going to play out. We'll take a look at the schedule one more time before we go, and you can see next week Five Flags at Wilkesboro, which should be a lot of fun. And then we'll take the Tour Mods, which will be a lot of fun too. Then we get into ARCA trucks, and then the Xfinity car at Old Atlanta. So anyway, that's it for tonight. For me, Eddie Smith at VSRN, I want to thank y'all very much for watching, and we will see y'all next week at Five Flags.